Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Pigskin Addicts here, back again with another video. So, you guys know that JC Jackson is struggling. It has been no secret that he has been struggling. Now, this guy was obviously a coveted free agent in the offseason. The Chargers were able to sign him. You know, there's a lot of teams who made offers to him. He chose to come to LA, and so far it has not been going well for him. You know, things started off in training camp with the ankle surgery. You know, there was speculation about when he would be back, and when he would be back to 100%. Now, I guess you can still say that speculation is up in the air, just based off of the way that he's playing. But, you know, you can't blame everything on that procedure that he had. It's been more than 6 weeks now since he had it. So, you know, you kind of can't base everything off of that. Now, I don't know, I don't know if he's actually 100% or, you know, if he's even close to 100%. But I know that it's been, quite a while now. And, he's played several games. He's played enough snaps to make a difference, and for him to start to come along now. But things have not been going well for him. As of right now, Pro Football Focus has JC Jackson's ranking at 29.6. Now, I have kind of went into the Pro Football Focus ranking system a few times in past videos. I don't think I've done it in a while. So just for context, I want to read what the ranking system is like, so that way you can get a better understanding of how low his ranking is. So 100 to 90 is an elite player, 89 to 85 is a Pro Bowl player, 84 to 70 is a starting player, 69 to 60 is a backup player, and 59 and below is a replaceable player. So where JC Jackson is, he is 30 points below the threshold for a replaceable player. So the way that he's playing right now is not conducive to any, really anybody in the league, right? Anybody in the league who comes in who is, not a big name or doesn't have, any previous success. If they come in and they play at that low of a level, they're probably not going to be in the league for very long, right? Maybe they're a training camp body or something like that. There are really no starting corners in the league who have played that bad this season. Play has been at an all-time low for him, and it's been at an all-time low for a guy who just signed a contract for $82 million. Now, that's the thing I don't want to get into here. JC Jackson is not going anywhere. I've read a lot of different stories, primarily from outlets who covered the Chargers more, and they're throwing a lot of pie in the sky ideas out there. Like, JC Jackson is not going anywhere, guys. He's going to be here for a while. He signed a 5-year, $82 million contract this offseason with $40 million guaranteed. So again, I like to give context. So let me go over these numbers just so you guys can understand. JC Jackson is not going anywhere. So it behooves the Chargers, it behooves Brandon Staley, it behooves the franchise in general to try their best to get this guy right. Do whatever they need to do. Maybe bring in a sports psychologist. I don't know. Do whatever you have to do to get this guy's confidence back up, because clearly something is lacking, right? And again, I don't know. It could be physical. Maybe he's not completely healthy. We don't know. As far as we know, he's been playing, for the past couple of weeks, so he looks to be healthy. At this point right now, if I had to guess, I would say it's confidence. But the Chargers got to do whatever they need to do to get that confidence up, because he ain't going nowhere. So just want to go over some numbers really quick with the contract. So obviously he signed the contract, $40 million guaranteed. The total of the contract is $82 million. Now this season, salary for this season is $8 million total, right? $3 million in the base salary and $5 million of the signing bonus. So it's only $8 million this year. Next season it goes up to $17 million. So his salary more than doubles next year. Right, this is $17 million that he's getting next year, and then in 2024 it goes up again to $19 million. So the Chargers made this long-term commitment to JC Jackson. This is not somebody who you're going to just be able to trade. Obviously, with the way he's been playing, there's nobody who would trade for him with the way that he's playing on this contract. Not a chance in the world. There's not a sucker out there in the NFL that's going to go for this. So he will be here with the Chargers. He will not be getting traded. He will not be getting released. I've seen, some talk about, oh, maybe the Chargers should just release him and let him go. That's virtually impossible with this contract, and I will go over why that's virtually impossible. So the Chargers have a potential out in this contract after the 2024 season, right? So he's got to play out the rest of this season. He's got to play out next season, and then after the 2024 season, then the Chargers can potentially get out of the contract with minimal damage done as far as the dead cap hit. But for all of the outlets and for all the people who are talking about the Chargers maybe should just cut bait with J.C. Jackson right now, virtually impossible, because his dead cap hit, if the Chargers were to cut him today, the Chargers would owe him $40 million. That would be his dead cap hit. And that cap is still, that hit is going to go on the cap. So that's going to be $40 million for this year for a guy who is not on the team. Ridiculous. So that's obviously impossible. You cannot do that with Justin Herbert coming up next season to get paid. Then you have Rashawn Slater, who's coming up again to get paid the following season. After that, you can probably throw Asante Samuel Jr. in there to get paid as well, too. So the Chargers have younger guys that they have to pay. They cannot afford a $40 million dead cap. There's no way. That is something that a rebuilding team can do. I know when Carson Wentz got traded from the Eagles, when he initially got traded from the Eagles, their dead cap hit was $35 million. And he was so bad and they were so over him that they decided to go ahead and still make the trade and still eat that $35 million. That was surprising to me, but in hindsight, that was the right decision because they have moved on from Carson Wentz and now they're in a place where they are succeeding. And Carson Wentz has been traded several times since then, so they are now, no longer on the hook for any dead cap money that is owed to him now, right? That's the Colts. The Colts are on the hook for the dead cap money that they owe him now. I don't know what it is. It's much less than $35 million, but there's still some dead cap there, so they are responsible for that now. And if the Commanders trade him next season, they'll be responsible for whatever dead cap hit that he has at this point now, which is probably minimal, but still, there's implications to trading guys who sign really big contracts. Obviously, if you're cutting a guy, then you have to have a reason to cut him. J.C. Jackson has not done anything off the field, so that's not going to be there. You would just be cutting him based off of performance, which there's clauses in the contract where the Chargers are still going to owe him all the money in the contract. So that is virtually impossible at this point. So I don't know. Again, I don't know what they need to do. Maybe a sports psychologist will help. Maybe, somebody he can talk to, maybe he has something going on in his personal life. Maybe there is a distraction there, who knows, right? There's a bunch of things, thousands of things that could be, the cause of him really not playing well, possibly not being focused. He was benched for Michael Davis on the Monday night game. And that was a huge sign to me that Brandon Staley is soured on him. And, at this point right now, only through 6 games, I mean, this can become a very bad situation. I don't know if J.C. Jackson is the type of guy who would stir the pot, but this could be a bad situation. This could blow up. And I hope that's not the case because, the locker room seems to be in a good place right now. The Chargers are winning games. So I hope he's not the type of guy to do that. But, just for right now, he's not going anywhere. And that has to be said. He's not going to go anywhere. I don't know what the Chargers can do. I don't know. Do they switch him, positions? Maybe try him out at safety. I don't know. Maybe try him out in the slot or something. I don't know. There's got to be something that they can do to just get his confidence up so that they're able to trust him out there. Subbing him for Michael Davis was a very, very big sign that things have really not been going well at all, and Brandon Staley is normally a player's coach. Like, he is a player's coach. He even said in the post-game press conference that he just wasn't good enough. And he came out and he said it plainly, very simply, that he wasn't good enough. So, I mean, it is the truth, but normally Brandon Staley likes to, throw some sugar on the comments that he usually makes. He doesn't just come out and criticize players normally like that. So, is this a sign of bigger things that have been, going wrong? I don't know. I hope it's not. But as of right now, this is not working out because the Chargers are going to be responsible for this contract, right? If nothing happens off the field and, he behaves himself and there's no reason to cut him for, violating the personal conduct policy or anything like that, they're going to be on the hook for all of this money. And this guy is going to get all this money. He's going to receive all this money. And you know, he's going to be around until 2024 at the very least. It's $40 million to cut him this year. If the Chargers possibly want to cut him next year, it's $32 million in dead cap hit, and they definitely won't be able to afford that next year with you know, the money that they're going to give Justin Herbert. They're not going to be able to afford it. So he's stuck. He's stuck with us. I still believe in him. I'm not all the way out on him yet. He has not played well. A lot of people have criticized him, and you know, I was trying to, you know, really look at it from a glass, you know, have full perspective, you know, a couple weeks ago. But you know, he just has not played well. He's making mistakes that he didn't make in New England. Obviously, Bill Belichick, you know, is not going to go for those type of mistakes. He will bench somebody, but it just hasn't worked out well as of this point right now. So, you know, hopefully he can get it together. I'm hoping that he can get it together, because the Chargers need him to play well. They need him to play well. You know, you need another corner. Asante Samuel Jr. has been fantastic this season. He has been probably, him and Drew Tranquil have been the most improved players this season so far. But they need another guy on the other side, and I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see if Michael Davis starts the game against the Seahawks. The bye week is right around the corner, so hopefully that will do some good. Hopefully that will, you know, allow JC some time to maybe get his head right. I don't know where his head is at. Again, I don't know what's going on with him personally. He hasn't said anything. There's been no reports about it, but if he can get right, if he can get right, and if he can just come out and just build on performances, right? He doesn't have to come out and just be great, you know, after the bye week or whatever. If he can just come out and just have a little better game than he had the week before, and he can build and continue to get his confidence up and build and build and build and build, you know, hopefully by the end of the year, we will see some of the plays that he made in New England. We'll see the same type of guy that we've seen in New England for those 4 years. But as of right now, things are not going well. But you know, I hope they get it right. I really do. I hope they get it right. He's going to be around for a long time. So you know, they have to get him right. They have to get him in the correct headspace so he can make plays for the Chargers. And that's what they signed him to do. And hopefully he's going to be able to do it at some point this season. But you know, it's a toss-up right now. You know, it's up in the air right now. So I'm positive going forward. You know, I've seen this guy make plays. I've seen this guy shut down some of the best receivers in the league. You know, he's not old, so I think he can still do it. But I think he's got to get in the right mindset. He's got to get locked in, you know, mentally into the game to do that. So hopefully he can. And you know, I'm optimistic about it going forward. But that is all I got for this video, guys. Appreciate all the support. Shout out to all my new subscribers. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow with more content. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. I'm trying to drop content every single day before my second daughter gets here. And don't forget to like the video on the way out as well, too. Thank you guys for all the support. And until next time.